Nguyen Xuan Minh, who's the CEO of Vietnam Asset Management, joins us on the line. And Minh used to work at Templeton Asset Management, which, of course, is a home to emerging markets guru Mark Mobius. Good morning to you, Minh. Thank you so much for joining us today here on the Bloomberg Edge. Let's talk about expectations for 2010. As I mentioned, some people are saying 50, 30, and even 12% gains for 2010. Who's right here?
Basically, I think the economy will continue to recover. We expect that the GDP will go back to the 7% level, the norm that Vietnam has used to enjoy to grow. And we are seeing corporate earnings are also growing very strongly. Last year, recovering, and then continue into this year. So I think the equity market will continue to grow because of the continued growth in earning of the companies. We are seeing at least about 20 to 30% from here toward the end of the year.
Okay, 20 to 30% from here on, Minh. Let me just ask you quickly about the new trading rules, because investors really reacted to this and still reacting in the past few trading sessions, because investors are now able to sell stocks after a day of execution instead of 3. So what do you think? Is this worth getting into, or is this worth being optimistic about?
Yeah, it's more on the technical side. You can do T+2 now, so 1 day shorter, which is good for the market, good for liquidity in general. But I think the key is the fundamental of the companies that you are investing in, rather than this technical issue. I think corporate continue to grow, and that's the attractive part. And also valuation in the market is come to a more reasonable level. We are looking at companies that trading at about 10 or below times PE, and I think those are attractive given the growth.
Now, Minh, let me just ask you about specific sectors. Which ones should investors be getting into, and how are you diversifying at this point? Are you looking at banks, consumer staples? Which sectors look good?
We like the consumer play a lot, of course, because of the domestic demand and the growth. We also like the bank. The bank is growing very fast, and it has been a lag last year, but I think the bank valuation is getting very cheap now, even compared to regional banks. We like the property-related and building material. We like the company that export a lot. For example, we invested in seafood sector, which is earning hard currency and using the local cost. So those companies are benefiting a lot. Consumer play, we like the trading, the trading-related activity companies like the port operator, for example. That are benefiting from international trade that Vietnam is enjoying.
Yeah, Minh, let me just ask you a question about the dong. Of course, the country's currency made headlines late last year when it was devalued. Some people are fearing that maybe it'll be devalued even further. What do you think is ahead in store in 2010 for the currency?
I'm sure there will be still some depreciation of the currency. I think it's a part of the policy of the government. We are expecting about 2% going into 2010 depreciation. I think the government trying to help export sector and try to close the gap of trade deficit. That's why they try to depreciate the currency purposely. Remember, the dong is not a free float currency. Is managed.
Yeah, pretty much managed. One more question for you, Minh. Recently, the government also shut down 20 gold trading floors. What do you think of this move?
Personally, I think it's healthy. The legal framework for Vietnam for gold trading is not there yet to let it running. I think trading is a gold trading floor is more like a derivative way of thing, and that a lot of trader has been using a lot of leverage and margin to trade, and that actually build up certain uncertainties in the currency market. Gold is an important commodity in Vietnam that people consume a lot, and now if you let it leverage up, people put in 7% to trade 100%, $7 to trade $100 on gold, and it's actually not very healthy for the economy and healthy for the market in general.
Okay, so it's a beneficial move. Minh, thank you so much for joining us today. That's Nguyen Xuan Minh, CEO of Vietnam